Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I am so happy to be here with you, and I have this super awesome cool card. It is a fun fold today, and we are making it. It is called a circle locked gift card, and it is a fun fold. The reason I call it locked is because it won't open unless you unlock this circle. The circle is the key. So once you pull that flap down up and that circle pops through that hole and you pull this down, here's your little gift card in the bottom, and it is a super cute, fun card. So on the outside, it says bestie, and then on the inside, it says happy birthday, so glad you exist. So it is a really fun card, and I am going to teach you how to make it today. We have used the Best Butterfly Suite, all of the products, all 4 products. So we've used the bundle, which is the Best Butterflies and the Butterfly Builder dies. We've used the Butterfly Kisses Designer Series paper and the really cute embellishments called Fun Flower Resin Shapes. Those 4 items are part of the suite, and you can purchase the suite for $67. And if you add a couple more items during celebration, you can get a 2 free items of the $50 level or $100 level item. I've also paired it with One Happy Family, which is where I got that cute little happy birthday from. And I've used the shapes here for our circle, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do today to make that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put all this stuff off of my surface here. I'm going to use this circle out of this shapes. While I have you guys here, I'm going to go ahead and pull that out and set it to the side because we're going to need that one. And we can go ahead and get started. So with this card, as with all fun folds, I always need my Simply Scored, and I love it. And if you don't own it, get yourself one. Scoreboards are awesome, and ours is pretty cool. So we're going to start with our scoreboard. And my base card is a piece of fresh freesia. I'm going to try and move that out of the way there. So my fresh freesia card is 4 1/4 by 11 inches. And we're going to score that in 3 places. Okay. So the first score mark that we are going to make, if I can get my stylus and get everything in order here, is at the 1.5 inch mark. So we're going to come over here to 1.5 inches and we're going to score. So there's my 1.5. We're also going to score at 5 3/4. And then we're going to score at 9 3/4. So you have 3 measurements to remember: 1.5, 5 3/4, and 9 3/4. And that's all the scoring. Okay, so let's get the board out of the way. And we are going to do a little bit of burnishing. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it towards me. I'm going to use my bone folder. I'm going to give it a little score. Then I'm going to bring this one up from the bottom. And then I'm going to bring the last small one up from the bottom. Okay. Now these are going to form all of our pieces of our card. This is where our gift card is going to form. This is going to fold closed, and this is going to fold over the top. And that is how you get that. So we're going to cut this little circle first. And what I did was I found the center of my circle and I made a mark on here, a line mark, so that I could find my center again really easily. And so we are going to cut out this portion of our card and get it going. Okay? Pretty cool, right? So let's just get that part out of the way, and then we can get all the good stuff. So this piece is going to lay, and right on that score line is where we are going to cut our circle. So we have to, that's why I marked it, so I could find my center and try and get a good job of finding the center piece of my card, and that's what we're going to run through the die cut machine. So this piece is 4 1/4, and I can only fit 3.5 inches through my Mini Boss, my small die cut machine. So we're going to use the Big Daddy today. So I'm going to bring that into camera. I'm going to pull these down. I need plate number 1 and plate number 2. And then I'm going to put plate number 3, the one that cuts. And then we're going to put our card on here with our die cut right on that score mark. Come on, I'm going to grab a piece of washi tape. Let's grab a small one. I'm going to stick it right here. Whoops, not there. I have to hold my thing down. So I'm going to stick it there to hold my piece. And then I'm going to put my second number 3 on the top. And then we're just going to go ahead and crank this through the machine. I'm going to hold the top and get it through there. And once I hear that click, I'm going to bring it right back out. All right. And we're going to pull the washi tape off gently so that it doesn't tear anything. Okay. And so there's our hole. Okay. Now this piece we don't need for anything. So I'm going to go ahead and discard that. This washi tape seems to like it, so I'm just going to throw that away. And oh Lord, I totally forgot this part of the card already. I've already made a mistake, guys, but let me show you how we're going to fix it. We're just going to do the best we can, right? All we can do is when we make mistakes is do the best we can to fix it. But the beauty is it's not really a mistake. I just needed to glue a little bit of the paper down first, and I just totally spaced and didn't do it. But it's not the end of the world. It's definitely fixable. And we're going to glue that piece now. So let's grab the designer series paper that fits up here. And we're going to glue that down in this opening. And then I'm just going to use my scissor and I'm going to trim that out. Okay. So there is the piece. So what I'm going to do is, since I can't put glue on this hole, I'm going to go ahead and put glue onto my cardstock. And I'm going to get it going. Okay, and I'm going to leave myself an edge because there's going to be a little border there. I'm going to work my way around here. And I'm going to fill that in. Okay. And then let's glue this paper in place. And we're going to let that sit for a minute. And I'm going to wipe any excess glue that's on my card because, you know, if I can't make a mess, it's just not crafting. All right. All right, so we're going to let that set for a minute, and then I'm going to cut it after it's set. So we're going to go ahead and glue our other elements onto our card. So on the inside, this is going to be a section that has our gift card, okay? So what I'm going to do is go ahead and glue this piece down. So I told you that this piece of fresh freesia was 4 1/4 by 11, and we scored it at 1 1/2, 5 3/4, and 9 3/4. So this designer series paper that's on the inside, this is 2 5/8 by 4 inches, and that's going to get glued right here. So let's go ahead and grab my mat. I'm going to use my wet glue. You can see how pretty this paper is. Super pretty. So we're going to go ahead and glue this piece inside. And this time we're going to cover up these pretty flowers. We're just going to use this cute little crushed curry pattern. I love all the patterns in this paper. It's a super cute paper pack. In fact, I ordered one to start and I love it so much I'm getting ready to order another one because I'm just using this paper like crazy. You have a whole year to use it, so get yourself a couple packs, because if you're anything like me, you're going to fall in love with it and you're going to use it. Okay, so this piece here we're going to flip over. This is what the gift card is going to be held onto, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and glue a line of glue here and a line of glue here, which is going to keep that closed. I'm just going to hold it in place until it sets. And then we're going to glue this little piece, which this piece here is 1 inch by 4 inches. And this is the pattern, again, from the same paper pack that I've chosen. So I'm going to go ahead and that on there. And I think when we're done with this section, we should be good. We can cut that opening there that I should have cut with my die cut at the same time and didn't. So let's go ahead and glue that piece down. Now let's go ahead and bring our paper snips in here. And we are going to work our way around the circle. So see, it's not really the end of the world because it's fixable. It's a fixable problem. Okay. All right, we're almost done. And then of course, since I put too much glue, I always have to double check and use my glue eraser. So I'm going to put this down and I'm going to make sure that we don't have anything that's going to stick where it doesn't need to be sticking. And erase all the, whoops, erase all that extra adhesive that I lovingly put on my card that was misplaced. Okay, so I think I've gotten all my extra glue off of here. I love these little eraser for adhesive because if you're anything like me, you're good at making mistakes, and that's what makes us human. But I've learned a lot from my mistakes. Okay, so now this piece here is going to go right like so, and this is going to be attached to it. So I need to attach this piece of designer series paper, and then we're going to attach our little circle onto it. So we're going to put this one on here. Again, look at the cute back side of this paper. All these sides are gorgeous. I'm telling you, it's like the cutest paper. One of the designers named Caitlin designed this, and I am just such a fan of her. She does such a beautiful job, and she comes up with the best ideas for different ways to use the products. So I am a big Caitlin fan. Okay, so we will put that down here, and this is going to be this layer. And once this is set, we can glue our circle into place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put adhesive just on this portion right here. And I have cut a circle in the same size as the hole with the same die, but it's out of our basic white thick. And I'm going to place that right there. And it's in place now. Okay, so that is good to go. We are making progress. Then there's this sheet in the designer series paper. You can see it has all these beautiful butterflies, and you can fussy cut them out. And this is the one that I fussy cut out for this card, and I chose this other butterfly for this card. I just wanted to do different ones, and so I'm going to glue this little butterfly onto that piece. But you can see you have lots of different ones to choose from. And again, another super adorable, cute pattern. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our butterfly, and let's have her fly this way this time. That one on there. So we are making good progress so far, guys. What do you think? Looking good. All right, so I used from the same shapes that has this circle in it, which by the way, I'm going to put away before I lose this die. I'm good like that. There is this really cute little banner die, and I cut this little white banner that's going to go right here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that into place. Going to bring my mat back out because if I don't, you know, I will make a mess. So I'm going to give you the dimensions for the designer series paper for all of these parts and pieces at the very end. So just hang in there with me because I get excited as I'm designing and I tell you some dimensions and not all of them. So I'm going to start making it a habit at the end of my videos to go through all of the pieces and tell you the sizes. Okay. So there's that piece there. Let's go ahead and open our little lock card here and pull that out. Now in this section, we need a piece of neutral, and I'm going to use this basic white, and this piece is 4x4, and I'm going to glue that in place. But before I do that, I want to stamp it. So I'm going to stamp it with the words happy birthday, and the other word that I am using is, let me find it, so glad you exist, right? So we're going to start with the so glad you exist, and then we're going to put the happy birthday over the top. So we're going to start with our fresh freesia, and we're going to do so glad you exist. So let's ink that up. Okay. I'm going to bring this in place down here where I can see a little better. Hopefully I'm not out of camera for you guys. Let's see. I think I'm in camera. So we're going to go ahead and do the so glad you exist first. So there is that. And I'm going to grab my stamp cleaner. While I have the fresh freesia ink out, I'm going to stamp the word bestie for the outside of our card. Okay, I'm going to stamp that on a little scrap piece of basic white, and that's a stamp that says you're my bestie. I only need the word bestie, so I'm just going to go ahead and ink up that, and part of the other is going to show, but I'm going to grab a scrap paper. Let me grab one. I have one right here. I'm going to place that down, and that way when I stamp it, it doesn't matter if those other ones are there. There we go. Okay, so there's the word bestie. We're going to cut that out in a minute, but I wanted to go ahead and stamp that before I close this ink pad. Let's grab the starry sky, and we're going to do the happy birthday. Now the happy birthday is from the One Happy Family stamp set. It's in our annual catalog. It's an awesome stamp set, and I love the font on that happy birthday. How cute is that? So we're going to put that right over the top of So Glad You Exist. So happy birthday. So glad you exist. Isn't that so cute? I think so. Let's clean this stamp off. All right, that's all of our stamping. We're going to do a little fussy cutting here in a minute, but let's go ahead and glue in this inside layer. So we're going to flip that over, and I'm going to put some adhesive. Oh, actually, I'm not going to put it on there because I don't want to put adhesive on that circle. So I'm just going to kind of wiggle it down here like I did earlier and put that on the actual card, and then this piece can then be laid over the top. Perfect. This is such a cute card, isn't it? So far, so good. Let's put our circle in, pull that part down. Okay, now let's cut out our word bestie, and we're gonna cut that with our paper snips, and I'm gonna keep it all together. I'm gonna keep the whole word as one word, but I'm definitely gonna fussy cut deep in some parts of this, so just bear with me and I'll show you how I'm doing it. So I'm going to come up here, then come down a little, go around. Now when I get to this T, I'm going to go all the way up. I'm going to follow that S, come around where that T meets. I'm going to come back down, work my way around, and the same thing where the I is. I'm going to work my way up the T and come over where the I is and come back down. And now where the E is, I'm not going to go all the way up this time because I want to keep it together. So I'm just going to go up a little bit and then come back down. And then I'm going to go work my way around and get in the middle of these letters here. Fussy cut around the E. Whoops, fell right out of my hand. Let's start again. Here we go. Work our way down. Now at the top of the E, I'm going to dip down. Come up and around that dot on the I in bestie. Go over and around my T. Dip a tiny bit down there around this S to give it a little definition. Again, I'm just going to dip down a tiny bit around this E. Come down and up, and then for the B, I'm going to just dip down a smidge, come back up again, And I'm going to work my way around. We're going to work our way down, in, a little bit down, and then out, and then straight again. And there is our word, bestie. So now we need to add some adhesive to it, and I definitely want it to pop up and off of this little banner that we put here. So as you can see, this lovely fringe here, I use the edges of my Stampin' Dimensionals, and I get a lot of bang for my buck by using that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper snips, and I'm just going to cut a few strips here, and I'm going to use those to put on these letters. So I'm going to pull them off, and I'm just going to start filling in where I feel that they will fit best. I'm going to lay them across and down, and as I need more of them, I will cut some more. Okay. I need one tiny small one for over here, so I'm going to cut one of those. And then the rest of it, I think, is a pretty decent size, so I'm going to use these larger pieces here. I'm going to put one right there, and I'm going to put one right there. And there is all of our dimensionals on the back. So now we're going to take our Take Your Pick tool, the pointy end. We're going to pull the backs off. You have to be careful when you use the Take Your Pick tool to remove stuff that when you have very little to hold on to, because you don't want to tear all the hard work that you put into fussy cutting around here. So you really have to hold it secure in place when you pull up. Just like that. All right. We're going to take this and we're going to place it on top of our little banner there. It says bestie. And then let's grab our really cute fun flower resin shapes. And let me show you the colors. Aren't they cute? So we're going to use a yellow one. And I think we're going to use a blue and an orange. So I think I'm going to take a large orange one, and I'm going to put it, if I can grab it, get my putty going. There we go. We're going to put it up here, kind of like it's a flower up there. And then on either side here, I'm going to put some small ones. So I'm going to do a small yellow right there. And then I'm going to do a small blue one right here. And I love how that looks. I think it's super cute. And then you can get yourself a gift card and slip it in there like I did. So you'll open your little circle lock, slip your gift card inside, and close your circle lock. And there you go. I love how this card turned out. I think it is super cute. I love the different butterflies that you can make them different. And I think it turned out awesome. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this project. I certainly had a great time with you. Hit that like button, give me some comments, and share my video. You can also share it to your Pinterest, where you can throw it on a board and come back and make this at any point that you are ready to do so. Thank you so much for being here with me. I am so grateful to have you, and I enjoyed my time with you. Come back and see me soon, and subscribe so that you get notifications of when I post new videos. Thanks for being here, guys. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!